You have drastically different birth rates from New Jersey to Arkansas by almost 8 times the amount. And this is simply because abstinence isn't taught in the New Jersey systems, but only in the Arkansas systems. Finally, I'm going to be talking about the US teenage pregnancy birth rates compared to other developed countries such as Germany. Now, for Germany, for a little bit of background for all of you, Germany has prostitution legalized to the point where they even have sex worker unions, and sex is more of a humane thing rather than something that is of a taboo concept. Now, when you look at Germany, there is a larger comprehensive sex education, and they do put funding into it. And you'll notice that according to a study by Advocates for Youth, which is sex education country to country, Germany only has 9.6 births per 1,000 women nationally, where the United States average was 39.1. Now this is an extremely large gap. This is a difference of 4 times up. All right, so I'm just gonna sum this up real quick. So Germany compared to the United States, it is a 4 times difference, which is extremely large due to the fact that in Germany, they don't even mention the concept of abstinence. All right, so to sum it up, abstinence is extremely ineffective, and it's only taught in the United States. And you can see large examples of this from personal lives to state by state and to even the United States compared to different countries. All right, thank you. That concludes my presentation.
All right, the proposition was identified. There's a pretty good preview. I think the phrasing is a little bit awkward sometimes. It sounds more casual than it needs to be. Your first point is personal example, and I think that's a good story to talk about to give you, excuse me, a little bit of credibility, but I'm not sure that we want to be generalizing based on that kind of experience. I think stronger arguments are the second and the third points. The second point is the one that gets the most development, and the primary comparison is between Arkansas and New Jersey. The attribution issue, I think, needs to be explained a little bit more, why it is that we can attribute the lower birth rate or unplanned pregnancy rate to the kinds of education programs. I think you need a stronger explanation about why that's true. There could be numerous other explanations. I'm not sure yours was as complete and definitive as it needs to be for the comparison that you're making. The comparison between the other countries, at the end, I wasn't quite clear on what the total birth rate was, whether that was unplanned pregnancies or planned pregnancies. That difference would obviously have an impact on the comparison that you're making. If they are planned pregnancies, then I'm not sure that your information is very useful. So I think you want to make sure that you emphasize that, especially if it is unplanned pregnancies, that's what the data is referring to. I thought you did a pretty good job citing your sources in the presentation, and although you appeared occasionally to be a little bit nervous and worried about the time, you did fine. All right, thank you. And